This is a quick video to help you out on finding the volume of complex shapes. So we've already done volume this week, and when we were doing volume, what we were doing is we were using our formula, which was length times width times height, to find the amount of space that was inside a shape. So we're going to start working on complex shapes, and complex shapes are a combination of cubes and rectangular prisms put together. So on this shape, we're going to try to find the total amount of volume that is here. And if you look at it, you have one rectangular prism that's kind of vertical and another one that's more horizontal. You have some measurements. So you have a height here of 9 feet. Your total width across the front is 15. You have another width up here that's 10. A height that's 5, and a length that's 4. So your first step in solving a problem like this is to actually take the two shapes and to split them in half. So here's one shape, here's a second shape. They don't have to be drawn perfectly. Just kind of roughly put it down. All right, so after you have that, probably the most difficult part of this is trying to figure out how to label your brand new shapes off of what's here. So some of the measurements are going to be easy to label. So for example, this is 9 feet. I can come over here to my brand new shape and I can go ahead, I can label it 9 feet. What's trickier on some of these though are things like this. So the width across the shape is 15, all right? Since my shape is split in half, I can't use the 15 here. So a lot of times if you have a shape and it's giving you the measurement for both shapes, somewhere within the figure, they're going to give you a second number. So in this case, I have a 10, and you're going to want to split those. So if this is 10 across, then that means that this has to be 5. So I'm going to go 5 feet here. 10 feet here, all right? And then since I have a width, I have a height, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the shape and say that the length, if you notice they're both the same length here, is 4 feet. Okay, so once I have that, then I have a width, I have a height, I have a length. Here I have a width, and we decided that the length was 4 feet. So I need a height over here. And if you see, I have a 5 on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and label that. So once I have my two shapes labeled, then I'm ready to go ahead. I'm going to use my same formula that we've been using this week. Take those numbers, multiply them, and get my measurement, my answer, for the amount of space inside of it. So for this first kind of vertical rectangular prism, I'm going 9 times 5 times 4. So I end up having 9 times 5 is 45 times 4. And I end up getting 180. Remember that you're taking your unit measure. You have to cube it to show that you're finding volume. So I'd have 180 cubic feet. Okay, and then down here I'm going to do the same thing. So I have a height of 5, width of 10, and a length of 4. So I'm going to go 5 times 4 times 10. So 5 and 4 is 20, and then 20 times 10 is 200. So I end up with 200 feet cubed. Okay, so last step then, because you have two figures and you're trying to figure out the total volume of the shape, your last step then is to actually take these two numbers here, add them together, and that will give you your total complete volume for this shape. So over here, I'm going to take the 200, add it to the 180, and so my final answer then for this would be 380 cubic feet would be my answer. All right, so that is volume of complex shapes.